Hi, I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of today's newsletter is going to be the power of walking away and meaning it. So I've got an email success story from a German viewer who actually used this in his family to set and enforce healthy boundaries. And tomorrow I'm going to be sharing a video that's actually from his wife, and she's going to go into what she loves about her 3% man husband. He's 10 years older than his wife, and she says he reminds her so much of her late father, who was just totally her rock in the family and in her life. And so she talks about all the things that she loves of them. So they had a situation in their family, this is going back about 4 years now at this point, where I guess they were at a wedding, and some family members were being abusive and creating some unnecessary drama, and they just simply were not going to put up with it. And so he set and enforced healthy boundaries, and he meant what he said. And 4 years later, they recognized that the silence was deafening, and they recently got in touch. So it's a great success story of how employing this to set and enforce healthy boundaries in your own family is sometimes the best medicine for people who just simply will not stop their abusive behavior. So I got a quote that I wrote, and then we'll go through his email. And the quote says, "The strongest negotiating position is being able to walk away and mean it. If people don't treat you like the way you want and deserve to be treated, you should give them the gift of missing you permanently if they do not change their behavior and treat you properly. Otherwise, whatever you tolerate, you invite more of. No one will ever do or say anything to you that you don't invite them to do. Setting and enforcing healthy boundaries is essential to have an easy and effortless life free of unnecessary drama." So he says, "Hey, Corey, I have a success story here which shows one more time that your book works. Here's what happened. So we flew on vacation with my family. Two of my family members actually had a wedding in this time. And we have been to a beautiful hotel with an amazing view. For some reason, my family was not happy, and later on, I noticed why. Lots of stuff went wrong with their wedding, and to be honest, I felt sorry for these guys. They spend a lot of money on their special 2 weeks, and everything that could go wrong went wrong. So with that in mind, I was prepared for something. I knew something came up because you know how these fucking emotional vampires are. If shit hits the fan, they try to find a way to make your day miserable. So human beings tend to attack in other people what they're disconnected from within themselves. So if you're a very happy person and you encounter people that are just miserable and unhappy, they're going to resent the fact that you're happy, and they're going to attack you for it. If you're in a happy relationship and they're not going to be nice to you because they're going to be upset that you have what they want. And so if they can make you miserable and bring you down to their level, then they don't feel so bad about their choices. Because misery truly does love company. And so when you see people, like as he refers to it, being energy vampires and trying to bring you down, in other words, we all project what's inside of us, good or bad. We project what we don't like inside of ourselves onto other people, and then that's how we disassociate and say, hey, that's not mine. I don't have to do anything. I'm good. See that person over there? They're the bad ones. And that's just what people do. So when you understand that, you could choose not to participate. There was a quote, I think it was the Buddha said, he was in a village somewhere and somebody came up and was being very harsh and saying nasty things to him. And after that person walked away, one of his disciples came up and was like, how could you remain so calmly in the face of all that? And he says, when someone gives you a gift and then you do not accept that gift, to whom does the gift belong? So as long as you don't take it on board, it has no effect on you. And as the late, great Wayne Dyer used to say, other people's opinion of you is none of your business. If you want a good laugh, go to my TikTok account at Coach Corey Wayne. Whoo, boy. A lot of feminazis there. A lot of people did not react too well to my red flags on women video series. I did like 3 short videos on it. Got a lot of views, and it really brought out the haters. But these people, mostly unhappy women, are all projecting their self-hatred and self-loathing onto me. All kinds of the worst kind of personal insults you can think of. It's kind of hilarious. But I'm glad I could help them with their grief therapy. So he says, we got into the line of fire because some of our family members opened up a bottle of shit and dropped it on us. They've been very nasty, calling us names, etc., but we stayed cool. We walked away and never looked back. So yeah, they're projecting their own self-hatred, self-loathing. And this particular viewer and his wife said, we're not going to accept that gift. You get to keep it, and therefore it's your gift. It still belongs to you. My wife and I have a drama-free zone. We got great mugs on teespring.com. Also, now it's spring.com, the Coach Corey Wayne store, if you're so inclined. Your support is appreciated. We alone decide who rides the party bus with us, and these guys got kicked out while the bus was driving. Savage. So anyway, my wife and I walked away and never looked back. It took almost 4 years, and now we got a letter from these guys. It was an honest letter. It said, I'm in the process of getting trained for a new job and fixing my PTSD. They actually wished me all the best and had been very nice. I decided to answer the best way. I called my father and asked him, when is there time to meet up with them? And we met up the next free weekend. They came over, and I used what I learned from your book. The other side was talking 80% of the time. We solved the issue, and the respect is back. Yeah, because they didn't have a choice. This is how it's going to be. If you're going to be in our life, you're going to be kind, sweet, and loving to us. And the reality is, you want the other person to feel heard and understood. This is literally right out of Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People. When you take a sincere, authentic interest in hearing the other side out like he did, they feel heard and understood. And one of my favorite quotes by Stephen Covey, he said, he talked about how most people listen with the intent to reply, but not to understand. And you can also see that in the TikTok comments as well. These people are not there. They don't care to hear what I got to say. They're just upset and in their trauma and looking to, to project it, to absolve themselves from having to do anything to fix their shitty lives and their shitty attitudes for that matter. So the girls and I have really enjoyed the responses to and we're going to film some more of those today. So we're probably going to do a longer response video to some of these hate comments. Some of them are pretty funny. So back to our regularly scheduled email. He says, my wife and I have been told that we have a lot of respect since we have not contacted them for 4 years. We basically treated them like they passed away. In other words, hey, you're dead to me. You don't change, then we'll never speak again. They never thought we would hold up that long. They knew they did something wrong and wanted to make peace with us. It was rough, especially when it comes to family, but it worked. Thanks for everything, and I wish you a great new year in 2022. Bob. Well, Bob, congratulations on sticking to your guns, because somebody needed to teach these people in your family a lesson. And obviously after 4 years, they learned their lesson, because if you just kept hanging out with them, there's no consequences for their abusive and toxic behavior. And so therefore, not only are you inviting them to do that to you guys again, but it validates their life choices. And then, because it's not just you, they're probably doing it to other people, or we're doing it to other people in the family. And now they've learned there are real consequences. Literally, hey, you're dead to me, and I will never speak again. And they decided that they didn't like that they wanted you in their lives. And so they came back. You set a healthy boundary. It took 4 years. And you enforced it, and now they're respecting your boundaries. And that's the way it's supposed to be. So you can read 3% Man at understandingrelationships.com. Just subscribe to the email newsletter. You can also read my second book, Mastering Yourself, for free there. And the latest quotes book, Quotes, Ruminations, and Contemplations, is also available there. And these are all available in audiobook, wherever audiobooks are sold, paperback, hardcover format. And if you'd like to book a coaching session with yours truly, go to understandingrelationships.com, click the products tab at the top of your screen, and book a coaching session. So until next time, I will talk to you soon.